What is self? I'm myself. I want to go to Costa Rica for 5 days in that luxurious place to do ayahuasca and sound bathing and all this stuff. I'm going there. I comes back and nothing changed. Because that I still exists. Holding on to that I, feeling that that is self. Which is to say that you haven't lived independently even for a moment while you're in ayahuasca. You are driven by that attachment to sense of self, that grasping, that attachment, that conditioning of self is the weakness. Weakness because you haven't been able to experience independent self in this moment, the energy that is flowing unobstructed. If you are integrated in each and every energy that is flowing, there is no self exists outside of this completeness in this very moment. Self is therefore one who did not achieve everything yet. Meaning, self is one who is not able to integrate in this fullness yet. Until you're able to experience complete fullness, there will be this self. Because you're not fully responsible being. Because you have still so much stupidity to waste your life. Of course, it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult for everyone, But it's not impossible to achieve. So for that, us to achieve and realize that we have to accumulate good karma. We have to discipline ourselves. We have to be generous to ourselves. Not to be stingy to ourselves. Generous to ourselves in a sense that, look, no matter what material outside, no matter what thoughts, emotion as a concept can be worthy enough to take away my precious moment. Nothing can substitute this very priceless moment. If you are able to feel that, from that moment onwards, you will realize that all these things can never be able to enslave you. Unless you have that conviction, everything is going to be burden. Everything can enslave us. To be free from that is very important. Not to be enslaved is very important. Not to be enslaved even by our own concept, our own dogma, our own philosophy. Then and only you have freedom. Then and only you have possibility to find peace because you are liberated. As I'm sharing this, you all are getting it. You all are understanding it, feeling it. There's nothing lacking in you. You have everything, but there is no accessibility to these wisdoms, this essence in everyone's daily lives. Millions of people are rushing, running, doing something. Don't have time for oneself. And even if they have time for themselves, they do not know what should be their priority. So we have to have compassion. So even if we cannot do anything, we wish. Our wish alone is enough. We wish somehow everyone find valuable teaching. Everyone find instructions for them to lead their life in a very meaningful way so that they will be totally independent. Independent from anything that is causing them suffering. Independent from anything that is causing them dualistic attitude. Instead of just a transactional relationship with everyone, how we can establish genuine, unconditional relationship with everyone, including with our own thoughts, emotions, and feelings. We cannot blame everybody because there is no opportunity. So constantly it is very important for us to really generate compassion towards everyone and feel love toward everyone. Because who doesn't want to feel happy? Who wants to suffer? Nobody. We are not the only one who wants to be happy. Everyone is saying. When you look at somebody's eyes, see the pain and sorrow, insecurity, and sadness. See in people. Once you see that, that will teach you something. That will teach you to be a genuine person. That will teach you to live your life in a meaningful way. You know, for one thing, for all of us, the greatest gift is that when we are willing to be open and we have ability to receive the greatest blessing, greatest bliss and happiness, all the solutions. So here we have to realize that it's very important to be truly open. Constantly, all the time, we must be truly open. We should never shut down. We should be open like the space. Look at the sky, how open it is. Within that space, everything is included, right? Nothing is there that cannot fit inside this open space. Do you realize that? Mount Everest can fit inside it. Atlantic Ocean can fit inside this. And everybody can fit inside this, right? So when we are open, our mind is open, there's nothing in this realm that we cannot see, we cannot experience. When we are open, all possibilities arises. When you are truly open, did you realize this? When you are truly open, at that moment, you're not conditioning anything. Anytime you condition, you're not open. What happens? All conditional things are failable. So space is unconditional. So in our minds, in our hearts, we have that possibility to be open. If I'm open, if I'm able to realize, if I see things clearly, I free myself from suffering. So do you. If you put your hand in a fire, what will happen? Burn, right? You know that. I know that. So cause and effect. So realizing infallible nature of cause and effect is very, very important. Never ever think that you can get away with it. You cannot get away with your karma. You can get away with American law, maybe possible, right? You can get away with some things, maybe possible, not with karma. So therefore, you should be truly open to see things clearly by believing in karma. Karma is not an Asian thing. You know? Karma is not a Buddhist thing. Karma is everyone's. If you smile at somebody, most likely the other person will smile back at you, right? If you show your terrible face, somebody will show you even worse. That's karma. Karma is not so difficult to understand. What you project, accordingly, you will receive the benefits or the loss. So the ultimate karma is if you are able to treasure this moment of your life, you become the richest. That's the karma. You have everything. You lack nothing. That is that. So that doesn't happen until we become most responsible being. We become awakened being. Awakened. Buddha means awakened one in Sanskrit. So you're awakened from the sleep of ignorance. You are no longer in the dark sleep of ignorance. That's all. It's not Asian thing. No, exists within all of us. Moment we are open to receive.